Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit happy here back again with Hunter Hunter. We are on episode 52, and in the last episode we had a really interesting one where a lot of it was taken from the perspective of Crollo, the chief of the Phantom Troop. He basically had kidnapped Neon and then got some fortune telling done to basically explain to him what happened to Uvo, what is going to be happening like right now in the present, and then what's going to be happening to them within the next 2 weeks, I'd imagine, because you can only tell the fortune telling from a month, right? So, or throughout the month. So yeah, that was a really interesting episode. And he has ordered the Phantom Troop to go wild, and now they're on a fucking massacre throughout the city, just going crazy. In honor of Uvo, who they have now got closure on and is dead. So yeah, very interesting. They are already. Crollo's already had two instances where he's been attacked by one of the hitmen, or two of the hitmen. So those two are already dead. So there's 7 left. I don't think there's going to be that much. It's not going to be that easy against like the likes of Kurapika and the Zoldyck family, I imagine, right? And also the other guy, the guy who's like got red paint on him or whatever, whoever the hell that guy is. Just because he looks a bit interesting. That's the only reason why. He doesn't look like a generic character, so I figure he's probably got something about him. But yeah, that's all I've got. So there's nothing else to really talk about. We're just going to get into this next episode and see what we get. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, episode 52. Fucking Jesus. Goddamn cliffhangers. The Zoldyck family are crazy. They're nuts. Our old man's just like so fucking. He's so ecstatic that he's got the guy trapped. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know how Zeno gets out of that. Like, I mean, I know he said like you must kill me, even if that's like which is crazy for a start, because I mean they're just hitmen, right? Like, is like literally dying for it worth it? Damn, Crollo was fucking. He was able to. He was able to hold them off for a fucking long time. That's 2 of them. And Silver's faced him before, and I imagine that was when when he killed one of the other Phantom Troop members. I wonder if he was chief back then as well or not. I don't know. But yeah. And that's the thing as well, is like if there is no way Crollo dies here. There's no way. There's no way. If we're going by the fortune telling from last episode, then there's no way. But also just in terms of writing, like I wouldn't expect him to die right now anyway, because I mean he's the fucking chief. Like surely he's like the final boss kind of thing for this arc, right? Even though the Zoldyck family, like, I just wouldn't put it past them to just kill him off anyway, but there's no way. I imagine he must have some other technique that he's stolen from someone else that would somehow allow him to get to avoid this. But he's going to have to do it while Zeno's pinning him down, which I don't know how he would do. So yeah, that's why he holds the book. That's why he's always reading. He seals other people's techniques within the book and then grabs them and uses them, but he always has to he must have hold of the book at all times. So is it a case of stealing technique? It's just copying the technique. It's not actually stealing it. Like if he was to steal it from someone, that would mean that they couldn't do it anymore. Or is it a case of like he literally steals the Nen? Like, he steals, like, the whole... Because... Who was it that was talking to... It would have been Kurapika's, like master, right? The guy who taught him Nen, that told him that, you know, depending on the conditions, like he could use Nen, like lose Nen forever, right? So I wonder if it is a case of like he literally steals it, and like if he takes it, you don't have that Nen. Like, you know, the person he's taking it from loses that Nen. I don't know. Like a kind of like a vampire technique, like just sucking it away. I don't know. Crazy though. And fucking Zeno just basically picking up on everything all at once. That, you know, there had to be like 4 or 5 conditions. That's experience. That's experience. Like that's him knowing like that in order to be able to pull any of this off, like there are certain things that would have to be done, and you know, it's basically experience of him living in this world that he could figure that out. But yeah. Damn, that fucking room as well. That room that he was like, that Krollo was in. Kurapika was just about to enter. I mean, Kurapika's good. I don't know if the chains are. You see, I don't even know. I don't even know. I just because Kurapika's technique is unbelievable, but when you see Krollo holding off 2 fucking Zoldyck members, and I imagine the 2 that are the most, you know, the strongest, I'd have to imagine Illumi is up there as well. But the thing is that, you know, they were up there saying that Killua has the potential to be even better than them, which is a scary thought. But yeah, Kurapika was so close to going in there, and I don't know. Like when you see Krollo taking on them 2, it's just like, I don't know if Kurapika would be able to handle that. If he would just be too quick for him. Yeah, I don't know. We've got Shalnark anyway. We're basically figured out what he does. So yeah, I mean, we've seen like the thing that he sticks in the back of the neck of someone before, and I did have a question a few episodes back where I was like, does he control them or what? And he does control them. It's like it's basically a first-person action game to him. You know what I mean? That's what he uses with his phone. He refers to them as machines as well. Well, Gon and Killua both talking to Kurapika over the phone, which was nice to see them, like, you know, communicate again. But also Kurapika not wanting to get involved, and also when Killua brought out the whole idea, if you don't treat us like friends and equals and whatever, it's like, you know, them forcing their way in. Kurapika had a, you know, when he said he would call them back, took them off the phone, he had a moment where I think he was thinking to himself, well, if I end this now, they don't have to get involved, you know what I mean? So it just shows that he does care for his friends a hell of a lot. But the last thing that I'm so interested in, and I need to go back and look, was Bean. I'm sure that guy said his name was Bean, and I'm sure there was another character called Bean in the Hunter exam. It's like a little green thing. I just know. I just need to make sure that he did say Bean and not like Dean or something, you know? Where was it? It was around 12, right? It must have been here. 11:41. I'll just mute that, so... It's me, Bean. It is! His name's Bean! It's either that or... See, I can't tell because the fact that there's a comma, right? Is he calling Bean or is his name Bean? Either way, normally in any story, you would refrain from using the same name twice just so the characters don't get, you know, mixed up. And you don't get confused over character names and stuff like that. So I have to assume that there's only one Bean. I don't know. I thought it was weird that the guy was called Bean and he was a little green thing. And I was like, what is that? Like, is that supposed to be like a living creature in this world? But it might make sense if he was just a trans... Like, if he was able to just transform into something like what Bean was. So I don't know. I just don't know. Crazy though. But that's all I've got. Like, honestly, for like the first half of the episode, I felt like there wasn't much to friggin' to write down, but like, and the rest of it was just like, you know, Zoldyck family taking on the taking on Krolo, which is nuts. But yeah, that is all I've got. So thank you for watching. In the description below, I've linked to certain things. One of them is the Discord. If you want any information regarding my content, you can get yourself over there. I also have a Patreon as well, so if you do want to support me, that would be very much appreciated. There's a bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. So there's the likes of early access, so you can get access to shows a week early, and you get 4 episodes of Hunt Hunt every week. And there's full length on there and other tiers that if you want to go look out, you can do. Link is in the description. But that is all I've got. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.